Or get your mats if you're walking out, you're going to do some stretch outs. Stand up if you're walking in place. Line up if you're walking wall to wall. Get your mats, you're going to do some weights. Get your chair if you're going to do some chair exercises. Jump on your bikes and start your treadmill. Yeah. Thanks for coming on a walk, y'all. Yeah. I still got a little time. Yeah. All right, just a second. Yeah, let's get this party started right. Great ride isn't y'all. Thanks for coming on the walk. Well, I'm starting out with YouTube. That's what I'm finish up with. But thank you, subscribers. Thank you, followers on FB. Yeah, y'all, yeah. Like, comment, share, tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend to subscribe and exercise with me. We just walking. But I can tell you, I don't know if you really pay attention to your body. I know like a lot of y'all go to the doctor, oh, this, da 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 da. But I can tell how my body is. I used to have these, oh, thanks for coming on the walk. I can't see your name, but hey. Hi, I'm Hopeless Ellen. I missed you yesterday. But I'm just grateful that you're on the walk. Did you don't look at your body like you're supposed to, admiringly. It is a miracle within itself. It's a miracle within itself. I'll read it on the break. I think that is Ellen. Hey! It's a miracle within itself. The transitions from infant to old age. It's like a miracle. It's miraculous. But we're not taught that by cults. We're taught to hate our body and something is wrong with it. So you never really get a chance to enjoy this human experience and feel this body. But I know I got fat in my thighs and all up here that I've been trying for years to get rid of. But it moves. And it pulls on bones. And it pulls on skin. It moves. So I don't think you need to run to the doctor. Move it on out. And of course I rub my muscles and stuff down with Jamaican black castor oil. And that breaks up that fat like you would not believe. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting comments. I wish I could read them. I'll read them on our 20-minute break. So I looked at my body. I was like, oh, I did get rid of those fat things in my legs. They did move. That was that pain about it. It was moving. That's what it is. It doesn't mean you're diseased. It doesn't mean you're diseased. It doesn't mean something is wrong with your body. Oh, I got a lot of good comments. I can't wait to the break. And that's what it's about. So I'm looking at my body and I'm like, oh, okay. All right, that's what that pain was from. That was a big chunk of fat. But love your body. Love yourself. Stop letting these people tell you something wrong with your body. It's the only body you have. It is what the earth brought forth. And you can make it. So, I just want to get that out there. And I want to put out there that I'm a little disappointed with African daughter-in-law in China because Grandpa got an 80th birthday. 80th birthday. They had the party. Little fat brother came. I think Lau and her husband gonna come. The mother-in-law can't come because she heard her late. But we'll never see and we'll never know because it's all in Chinese. They didn't transcribe it. So that's a little disappointing. I'll get over it. I'll get over it. But that's about it. As far as that's concerned, we can get back to the walk. Yeah. I can see in my waist how my waist got smaller. And I know you'll think, oh, she don't change clothes. If you're a person that works out, when your clothes get comfortable enough for you to work out, you don't change them. Because it's about comfortability. Now, I know y'all young people, y'all go for style or fashion, but I ain't got time to break in clothes like that. I don't have time to break in clothes like that. So, I'm going comfortable. And if you've ever been at the gym, you know the serious people who work out, they come in there for comfortability. Not form nor fashion, not to pick up anything, but a few muscles where they want them at. So, that covers them, because I want to get that out. We're talking about straightening combs, perms, peroxide, and bleach. Now, for a few of you millennials, because you ain't did the research, you're basically gone by these lies taught you on this penal colony. But, and for African Americans, millennials that are watching this, there's your true history. We were imprisoned on this penal colony from Europe, not from Africa. From Europe, the Spain, the Portuguese, the Brits, the Russians, the Polish, who am I forgetting? Germans, Dutch, on and on and on and on and on and on. It was almost like a black spread through Europe. And it took them some time, but through race mixing, the mixed race were able to overthrow the Africans. And they put them on ships. That's why you see them, look at that picture, they lined up heel to toe, heel to. That's not people brought here to pick no fucking cotton. That's getting a bunch of prisoners out of Europe as fast as you can. And on penal colonies all around the globe. So, when I was a child, first thing I remember is getting a straightening comb in my hair. And I couldn't understand. I knew all the adults were happy. When you came out and your hair was pressed and curled, all the adults were telling you, oh, you look so pretty, you look so nice, you look so this. But in the poisoning of the 60s, let us remember that the Black Panthers came out of a community college, and I doubt if they even finished it. It was taught and drilled and accepted that we came straight to these penal colonies from Africa. But that is the biggest lie and the greatest insult to Africa. We were already out of Africa and in Europe. Oh, did I mention Asia? Did I mention India? Oh, millennials, do your own research. Don't sit here and listen to these European Africans, because everything that they teaches that the African is nothing. Because that part that's in them, they don't like. They should be proud of it. Because when you know true African history, you are proud. Not this watered down stuff these European Africans are teaching. So you got to go do your research. And because of those Black Panthers and during that Afro, yeah, we got into Afro-centric, but that's an indirect route. Africa, Europe, penal colonies. Africa, Europe, penal colonies. Not they ran into Africa, rounded everybody up. I never accepted that bullshit when I heard it. But I can see them. I can see them in Europe ganging up together and getting them Africans off the throne and out of Europe. So, but at that time we were told we came directly here from Africa. And so we went to Afro puffs and this and that, but eventually we went back to hair straightener. And again, remember Carter Woodson said, so is a man taught, so shall he think. These educators, African Americans, came out and said, oh, you're trying to be like white people, European Africans. You're trying to be like them. And I'm like, how do you sit there and say you have a master's degree and you don't even know the fucking history? We've always, go back, always had wigs, always had headdresses, always was doing different styles with our hair, and pressing. But the unique thing about it is even through, remember, first residents were prisoner of war. Every child they had was enslaved. So through all those years of enslavement, it hasn't gone. Europeans did not have straight hair. Go back at their history. Look at your Druids, look at all this stuff. Hair wasn't an issue for them. It was the vain Africans that had the hair issues, the designs and stuff. And of course, through mixing and hundreds of years, the Europeans, Africans, started dressing the same as the ruling Africans. And so they didn't have, that's when they came into straight hair. But it wasn't anything for them. Go back to the Druids, go back to that history, go back to those European histories. It will tell you they were not that advanced. So I just remember not understanding why I had to get my ears burned, why I had to get my forehead burned, why I had to do all that. And they didn't understand it either. But one thing my mother and them didn't do, they did not accept the fact that they were trying to be like these European Africans. They knew it was a style unto them, but they didn't know where it came from. It came from Europe. The fashion trender. I remember, I love Mozart. Because my grandmother, you had to take piano lessons. Though a lot of stuff happened, we ain't got enough time in this world to put it all out there. And I love we had to play classical. My grandmother didn't like classical music. She just think you should start in and start playing gospel. And nowadays, if she was alive, I would say, yes, Grandma, you're right. They could have taught us with books to go in the gospel, but they didn't. European Africans, they put us straight into Mozart, Schubert, all classical music. And my grandmother couldn't take it. Anyway, I I enjoyed Mozart. Mozart. So when that play or that movie came out, Amadeus, I fell in love. Though I usually just do the mass choirs. My favorite Mozart mass choir in C. Anyway, so Mozart was buried in a pauper's grave with a whole bunch of other bodies. And I said, wait a minute. I looked at the other ones. They wasn't buried like that. I was like, why Mozart? European African. He would have been the Tupac, Biggie. Who else can I think of a really good rapper? He would have been them. Introducing new music, introducing new beats, introducing new sounds. But just like on this penal colony, they stole the music and threw him in the pauper's grave because he was a mixed race. Millennials, I'm telling you, do your own research. These folks on this penal colony is liars through and through. That's what it was. And I often thought about during enslavement times, they never let us play music. You could be killed if you were a slave person for playing music. But you could hum and you could sing as long as you work. Well, where does that come from? They say come back around. No, it don't. It comes from Europe. We were singing in Europe. We're entertaining. But so many years of enslavement, it's lost to us consciously. But the body knows. The gene knows. That's why I say all are African. But now I know what it was, and I have a choice. I would not have gone for all that hair stuff. I'd have probably, even in Europe, with all the upper class Africans running around with their straight hair and wigs, I'd have probably been down there at the bottom with my little afro and cornrows. Because I didn't like it. Especially on this penal colony, it did nothing to help you. You didn't get a job if you had an afro. You didn't get a job if your hair was straight either. You couldn't live in certain neighborhoods if you had an afro. You couldn't live in certain neighborhoods if your hair was straight either. So why do it? Because genetically, it's over generations. That's our contact with Europe. We're not trying to be white. Because surely our natural is more consistent or more towards the Europeans before the Africans came in. Remember the witches, the druids, the da. Go back in there and see if they talk about hair care. But go back into African history. You'll always see hair care and designs and different things like that. But on this penal colony, they taught us that we was nothing until they came over there and got us and dragged us over here. Liars, liars, and liars. They don't change. They just keep on lying. Liars keep lying. But do your own research. And when somebody says, oh, I don't like Africans, I don't like black people, look at them and say, oh, so you're a mixed race. because if you're not a mixed race, you don't care. And if you're proud that you have African in you, you embrace it and you go on. But if you hate it, you're a mixed race hater that hates the African within inside of you. And we can't cure that. Ain't no cure. Oh, we made it through the 20 minutes, y'all. Yesterday was rough, but I see my comments. I see my love. So I'm going to jump out, put this music up, and do me some reading, y'all. Yeah! Not as much sweat. I think I finally got the fan right. But I like sweating. I know when I sweat, all my impurities, all the salt, all the sugar, everything comes out. Let me go give this a read. Yay! Let me start from the beginning. Wow, thank you. Hey, Ellen. Yeah. Thank you, Ellen. I missed you yesterday. Ha ha. Yeah, we got to get fit. Ugh. Hey, Teach. Yes, Ellen. Okay, Ellen. Take your break. Hi, Teach. Can I just call you Calhoun? Hello, new hair lady. Oh, you're in your early 50s, and inflammation is for sure. I ain't giving out no diagnosis, but I'm telling you, I rubs me with Jamaican black castor oil on my legs, and it takes care of my inflammation. Before I came down here, I had to rub it on my knee. If not, I couldn't do it. I learned to understand, to not put too much on myself into me. Yep. Do care if it's a husband. Less stress is best, honey, always. Hey, Ellen, welcome back. What would I be as a black? Was it Belzeline? Happy. Happy. I want to say Tish. Happy. You would be. You'd be laughing. Why didn't they go with cults hate laughter and fun and singing? Because that takes them back to the African part of them. They don't want that. They don't want to acknowledge that. So yeah, you'd be happy. If you're full, you wouldn't have that hate. I already told you. All these things these European Africans do to us, and I had to ask the ancestors, okay, why we ain't, and they told me, they said, because genetically, I know we're cousins. I know we're cousins. But that's not something I'm ashamed of. European Africans know that the black Africans are their cousin. Some are proud. Some just say, oh, it is what it is. And then the ones that really hate the African inside of them, they make sure the black African's life is made of hell. That's why y'all ain't getting the Social Security and shit y'all supposed to get. Their main argument, the European African wardens and all the capitals and all that stuff like that, is the fact that us black Africans may get something out of it. And that hurts. Because I know we're all cousins, and we're all connected, and we're all related. But for those who don't, anyway, let's move on to bleach and perm. Now, when I was young, we didn't see blondes. Brunettes, brown, black hair, no blondes. Then I think it happened in the 60s. Be the girl. Oh, wait. Now that's the girl with the hair. Blondes have more fun. Be blonde, you get more men. And then they used to put the blondes on TV, and they blonde girl comes on, and they say, how do you say your ABCs? And she says, oh, I don't know. How would I say that? And so she was considered a dumb blonde. So then they didn't like the dumb blonde. Marilyn Monroe made it sexy blonde. And I didn't understand where this blonde was coming to. But I could feel that it was the better things. But I didn't know because they didn't teach that in school. I had to wait till I became an adult, lived in Bed-Stuy, and met this old World War II veteran called Mitch. And Mitch studied World War II history. And he gave me all the books. So he had be sitting out there drinking his Wild Irish Rose. And as I tell you, millennials, stay away from that army stuff, because Mitch was living up in an attic apartment in Bed-Stuy after doing, what do you say, 2 terms World War II? Or he went in before the conflict started, but he was in the army. And he was drunk sitting on top of the stairs. He got nothing. They gave him nothing. They give you nothing, millennials. Don't fall for the bullshit. And besides that, they got all these cults producing these kids, and they're using the church to get them ready for war. So let them go in the Midwest and in the South and get those people that are in the cults that are trained for war. Millennials, stay out of it. If you ain't in that situation, wish them well. So, I was like, what is all this blonde? So, Mitch gives me these books, and I'm reading about Hitler, because they talked about it in little school, because I was in East New York, Brooklyn. All of my teachers were German Ethiopians. So, Germany, World War II, World War I, it was that they didn't tell you everything. So, I found out through Mitch and reading the books, Mein Kampf, and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, so he said that the perfect Aryan race has blonde hair. Oh. So then my eyes open, and there's blondes all over TV. I'm talking about all of a sudden on the train, all I'm seeing is blondes. So I'm saying, why is that so important? Ain't all of y'all Aryan to begin with? Don't you call yourself white people? All are European Africans. But what they were looking for are the ones with more European and less African. But that's a fool's gold. Africans have blonde hair. I said, Africans have blonde hair. I said, Africans have red hair. Anyway, so years go by, and I think I'm working out at the gym or something, and I'm talking to a cousin, and I'm saying, oh, I used to hate when I used to have to go and get my hair straightened, or they would put me between their legs and use that hot comb. They would all either burn up all your forehead, everything. Honey, my ears are still traumatized. And I was like, wow, it was horrible. And she said to me, if you think that's bad, and I'm telling her this started for me about 5 or 6 with the hair pressing, and then I went to the perm. She said she started at 6 getting her hair dyed. So I don't know what she's talking about. What do you mean hair dyed? It's blonde. I know she must have said that's what's the most ignorant black woman I ever met. I said, hair dye. What? She said, yeah. And I used to have to iron it flat. I said, iron it flat? I thought y'all came packaged like that already. That's what y'all said. That's what you put everywhere. She said, no, it was horrible. And I just remember laughing and saying, it was horrible. On both sides. Because on this penal colony, they don't let you be what you want to be. We pressed and wore wigs and all hair ornaments all our born days. Going back to us leaving Europe. The Europeans, they just combed their head and went on with life if they did that. Okay, you know who was doing the braiding? Remember, when you look at all those Swiss, Dutch, you said, oh, their hair's braided so nicely. Their African ancestors taught them. Not you witches running around the campfire. But now all of a sudden, everybody got to be blonde. So now when I look at these little kids, they're blonde, I'm just like, wow. Your mother got you sitting there at that young age, pouring bleach and peroxide on your scalp, just so you can be an Aryan race. And what you think is no connection to having any African blood on you? No. Africans are blonde. Y'all millenniums, get your own books. Do your own history. Don't listen to these folks. You don't gotta have your hair dyed. You know what? Be in the sun enough. It'll take all the color out. I hate to see how we making kids suffer to fit into things. I had to keep with the straightening. I had to keep straight through with the straightening to my daughter. We know it's a part of our history going all the way back to Europe now. It's not us trying to be white. Stop dyeing these kids' hair. They have black, brown, and red hair. European Africans. So I gotta tell you. Now, we're all just people. But I gotta say, as one of my comments said she was 50 years old, she's doing it. How can I say? You don't miss what you never had. I don't know that man that they tell about in books or they lie about on TV. And I don't think they exist. Because as I said, the first thing you have to realize that all men have that secret. They have run across a rectum bandit at some point in their life, but it's not feasible to tell. So they're all going to have some baggage until they can come out and say what is happening to them or what has happened to them. And me, I feel like I'm saved, that I ain't got no punch coming across at me because I can't satisfy him sexually because he done been booty banded. I don't have anyone down talking me, belittling me, because he has a big secret that rectum been tore up, but he ain't gonna share it with me. He's gonna be raped and little me. No. Knowing now what I know about men, nope. Love yourself. Look at all your family. All this family here that love you. I always tell my heart and my body, I said, please don't stop loving me. And I said, thank you for loving me. And then sometimes I have to get all the other organs in, and I have to say, thank you for loving us, pumping this blood through. I have to say, thank you for filtering the blood. I said, thank you for taking all that oxygen and putting it up here for us. Even this spinal cord, love it. And it loves me. And that's what you have to remember, millennials. That's what you have to remember. To love yourself. Whatever your hair is going to be, let it be. Let it be. Never be ashamed about your history. And all European African history, that's how you can tell they're European Africans. They remove the African from the history, but they can't move it from the blood nor the gene. So that's why they're hanging, restricting. Like I said, I'm already zoned in. Is a way of bringing them some relief, but it's not. Loving who you are. I know I'm African European. I ain't going over there fucking with them Africans saying, oh yeah. We came from Africa to the United States. No. We are so far removed. We're as far as removed as the Aborigines of Australia who came out of Africa. That's how far removed we are. They're learning too that they came out of Africa. That's how far removed we are, because they've been so many other places since leaving Africa. And we've been so many other places since leaving Africa. But love, I'll tell you one good thing about having some African inside you. Health. I'm going to tell you something. I tell my daughter too, she looked at me. I said, one thing I noticed about your father that I loved, well, a few things. He was healthy. I could see it. I knew he was strong, he was healthy. And he had immaculate strong teeth. Oh my God. And for me, those are two things I want, because I came from a line of unhealthy, heart murmurs and shit. Goodness knows what else if I didn't exercise. We came in with a gap in our mouth because on this side, after our baby teeth fell, nothing came down. And guess what? Her teeth are strong. Healthy. 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 That's what I wanted. I know these African Europeans on this penal colony, or these European Africans on this penal colony, would not make strong babies for me. So to this day, my ex-husband does not know that I fell more in love with him for a lot of reasons. He just saw me as green card. I saw him as so much more. And it worked out for me. I hope it worked out for him. Love yourself, y'all. Be. Just be. Not being something for someone else. Oh, this person will like you. No. No. Let me tell you, every organ in your body loves you madly. You see these feet? See these feet? They love me madly. They love me. They always love me. Always taking me anywhere I wanted to go. I had to climb mountains. They would climb. I had to climb stairs. Help me climb. Love me. And still do. Because I'm here now and I'm walking with y'all. And you say, oh, your feet must not be happy. My feet are ecstatic. My whole body is happy. Ooh, y'all. We at that 40-minute mark and you know what's happening, right, Ellen? Did you come back? Whew. Y'all know what's happening. Yes. At the what, 38-minute mark? Yes. And set goals for yourself. Even this walk now is a goal I set for myself. You're going to go down there, you're going to do that walk. You're going to get through it. You're going to do it. And afterwards, you're going to feel so healthy. You're going to feel so happy. Your body's going to love you and love you. After I get off this treadmill, my body gives me such a hug of love and contentment. I can't even tell you. Well, you can see, I can walk with company. Ellen in the gang, which I love. But I can also walk for me because I love all that. Hey, y'all. Whew. We did it. Did y'all notice on the video yesterday that I stopped like 5-6 minutes early? Devastating to me. I like to go straight through. But here we are. Whew. Yeah. Yes. Oh. Yes. And you see the sweat? I love sweating. I love it. I love it. I know it's getting all my impurities out. I taste it to see how much salt I have in it. I do. Ooh, I have a lot of salt today. But I was raised on preservatives, canned food, meat. You see me here before you at 66? That's how I'm trying to tell you how good the body is. The body adjusts. The body adjusts. Yes. So, listen to your body. And then love it. Rub your legs after you finish walking. You rub your legs. You do what you gotta do. Ooh, 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 ooh. You know? Let's get this weight. Ooh. I think, Ellen, I'm going to do that 40-minute walk where we listen to the show on Monday. Because after that, I'll need to hold on for the rest of the week. Because that was a lot. But if I tell you the running around I did this week, from that energy, squeeze your gut, tuck in your elbow, neither up nor down. 1, 2, Yeah. So I did that Tuesday, and Wednesday whip, Thursday whip. So I remember I used to roller skate on Monday because it would like get that whole week going. So I think I'm gonna do that on Monday. Squeeze your gut, tuck in the elbow, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1 for good luck. Yeah, y'all, we made it through. Whew. Yes. Oh, Family Channel. No, hi, how you doing? Yes. Thanks for coming on the walk. Remember, it's only 40 minutes we doing for the month of May. Then we go back to our 25 minutes and then 5 minutes hand weight exercises. But I don't want to keep y'all. Thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share. Thank you, all my supporters in the comments. Thank you so much. Have a good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for coming on the walk.